All right, let's talk about a challenge that I know is on a lot of your minds, the IGCSE writing exam. We're going to take what feels like a boring checklist and turn it into your personal blueprint for success. So let's just dive right in.
You know that feeling, right? The clock starts, the proctor says begin, and you're just staring at that blank page. It can feel like this huge, impossible mountain to climb. That anxiety is totally normal, but it doesn't have to run the show.
So what if we could flip that script? What if, instead of chaos, you had total clarity? What if you walked in with a game plan, a blueprint that tells you exactly what to do step by step? Well, that's exactly what we're going to build today.
Every great build starts with a solid foundation, right? So our blueprint begins with the prep work. This first part is all about what you do before you even write a single word. Trust me, starting strong is half the battle won.
Now, these first few steps might seem super obvious, but they are absolutely crucial. First, you've got to read the questions carefully. Really read them. You can't answer a question you don't fully understand. Then, follow the order they give you. It just shows you can follow directions. And finally, the big one, plan your structure. You wouldn't start building a house without a plan, so don't start writing without one.
So what does that plan look like? Well, a really solid guideline is to aim for 3 to 4 paragraphs for each answer. And look, this isn't some random number they just picked. It's a way to force you to organize your ideas. Give it a clear beginning, middle, and end. It shows the examiner your thinking is structured and logical.
And hey, don't forget about how it looks on the page. Little things like leaving 2 spaces before your first sentence in a paragraph make a huge difference. It just looks clean, it looks organized, and that creates a great first impression before they've even read your brilliant ideas.
Okay, so you've got your plan locked in. Now it's go time. This next phase is all about the actual writing. We're going to focus on building strong sentences that are clear, they're concise, and they really make an impact. This is where you get to show off a little.
And here's something that might sound a little backward at first. The key is quality, not quantity. You're aiming for just 2 to 3 really strong sentences for each question. This isn't about being lazy, it's about being efficient and powerful. Make every single word count. Get straight to the point.
Now, how do you take a good sentence and make it great? Well, you use the right tools. Things like idioms and linking words are what take your writing to the next level. It shows you really have a command of the language. So instead of just saying you're being efficient, you could say you're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. See how much more dynamic that sounds? Just look at the power of one little word here. On the left, you've got 2 separate kind of choppy facts, but on the right, you add therefore. And suddenly, you've built a bridge between those ideas. You're not just listing things anymore, you're building a logical argument. That's a tiny change that makes a massive impact.
All right, you've planned everything out, you've written your answers, but you are not done yet. This final stage, the polish, is absolutely essential. This is how you protect all the hard work you've just put in and secure those marks.
So, what are you looking for in those last few minutes? Especially for a character-based exam like Chinese, there are 2 big things. First, double-check that character count. Make sure you've hit the requirement. And second, and this is so important, check the accuracy of your characters. Just one tiny stroke out of place can change the entire meaning of a word.
And this right here, this might be the single most valuable piece of advice in this whole thing. If you're even a little bit unsure about how to write a word or a character, just don't use it. This isn't about giving up, it's about playing smart.
Exactly. Your number 1 goal is clear, correct communication. An examiner is always going to be more impressed by a simple idea that's expressed perfectly than a super complex idea that's full of mistakes. So play to your strengths.
So there you have it, your entire blueprint for success, and it all boils down to 3 simple, powerful actions. Plan, write, polish. Plan your structure before you start. Write with purpose and impact, and then polish your work to perfection.
Look, this exam isn't just a test of what you can remember. It's a real opportunity to show them how you think. You've got the blueprint, you've got the game plan. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it? You've got this. Good luck.